Hey everybody, welcome to an episode of Throwback Thursday. I'm here with Mike, and we're going to be playing Mordheim today. One of you guys' fan favorites. You guys are always asking for us to play Mordheim. Mike has never played Mordheim before, which is good because in the first episode of any game that I do for Throwback Thursday, I'm going to go through the rules. Usually for the first turn, I will give you guys sort of a play-by-play of what we're doing, how it's different from maybe versions of this game you've seen before, and what makes it cool and unique. So let's talk about Mordheim. Mordheim was made in the 90s by Thomas Piernan, one of my favorite game designers from back then. And just like Battlefleet Gothic that you saw in episode 1, it was originally published in White Dwarf. So it was a free rule set that you got that allowed you to create a skirmishing warband to fight in post-apocalyptic Warhammer fantasy world. So what that means is it's set 1,000 years before the current Warhammer timeline, so the timeline that just ended with the end times, right after the Emperor has died and a giant twin-tail comet has hit the city of Mordheim and destroyed it, leveled it back to the Stone Age. The comet itself breaks into chunks, and there are glowing bits of weird stone, which is basically like the uranium of the Warhammer fantasy world, all over the city. So warbands descend on the city en masse in this huge gold rush to try and scrape up as much of this stuff as possible, not realizing that there's a huge demon-haunted crater now in the middle of the city, and just terrible bad things are happening there. So it's a little bit post-apocalyptic, it's a little bit cool skirmish game, and the really sort of fun part about it is as you play, your warband earns experience, gets better, has adventures, and learns new skills. And you get to play a small, quick, fast, and dirty game of Warhammer that has like a continuous narrative thread. So anybody that knows anything about me knows that I love having like a story in my games. And so Mordheim is one of my all-time favorites. It was then published in a box set, which was released in, I think, 96 or 97, which came with some cool cardboard scenery, 2 plastic model kits that are actually still available today. The current Skaven Night Runners box was the Skaven that came in that box, and the Empire Militia box is the Mercenaries box. So if you guys are thinking about playing Mordheim, one of the things that I do is I actually still have stashed away like 2 or 3 boxes of those models, just for someday I might want to play Mordheim again and make new warbands, and I'm afraid they'll discontinue those models at some point because they don't really fit in with the current generation of miniatures. So my recommendation is if you do see those models and you're thinking of playing Mordheim, you get so many cool parts in the Militia box that are all completely interchangeable with the new box sets of Warhammer Fantasy Empire stuff, as well as with the Skaven stuff, fighting claws and cool weapons that you just wouldn't get otherwise. Just nab a couple of them if you see them in a shelf or on a bin, because they might go away someday, and that's going to let you play Mordheim. Now all the rules are available for free online in PDF. Games Workshop gave them away for a long time, so if you can go to websites like Yak Tribe Gaming, or just really hit I think hongcrew.dk is the one in Denmark somewhere. No, it's in Denmark somewhere. But if you just hit Google search basically Mordheim rules, you'll find
4 different options. Yeah.
Exactly. You'll find the rule book, you'll find all the different warbands and stuff like that, and you can get to playing. So just like Regiments Renown, which you've seen me play before, it's just a great game where you can take what's effectively your models you already own. So that's what Mike's done. He's got his Orc and Goblin army.
That's it.
And he just busted out some Orc and Goblin miniatures and started playing. Yep. And you can just throw them down the table and play a quick skirmish game. So we're going to take a look at the warbands we're using. I'll walk you through what they are and how they're going to work. We'll show you the table we're playing on, and then we're going to get the game started. And I'll go through in the first turn and show you the major differences between this and a game of Warhammer Fantasy. All right, so here's our 2 warbands. The first warband we have is Orcs and Goblins. This is Mike's warbands. Yep. And it's mostly goblins, but some orcs. So these are the heroes in the back here?
Yeah.
Okay, so who do we have?
These 2 on the ends here are big guns.
Yes.
And they have spears and shields. So as you see, this is a shaman. Mm-hmm. He has a axe and sword, I believe. Yeah. And then this is my leader. He's got a spear, and this is actually a sword.
Yeah, it's a punch fist sword.
Yeah.
So you notice that there's no orcs or goblins in the ranks of the leadership. Yeah. What's cool about in Mordheim is you can actually get goblins to become leaders by rolling on the skill table. Yeah. But they don't. What happens if they become a hero? The orcs just kill them for getting uppity.
Yeah, basically it's like no.
So like with my humans, one of my regular peon like swordsmen or crossbowmen can become a hero by rolling the slot has talent. Yeah. If the goblins do that, the orcs just are like, hey man, I don't want to hear your ideas.
You're getting too good. Bye.
Exactly. So what do we got down here for the actual henchmen?
For the henchmen we got 6 just goblins with short bows and swords.
Okay.
And then this is just another goblin. He has the ball and chain.
That's right.
But in order to take the ball and chain, he needs a madcap
mushrooms.
Because only if you take the madcap mushrooms do you have enough strength to
lift the ball and chain.
use the
So he
ball.
won't start off with it, but right now he's just got his equipment,
Yep.
and later on maybe he can get some madcaps and start using it. So now,
I can actually take a madcap.
oh, you can take the madcaps on that?
So he
Awesome.
has a madcap. He can use it.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's included in the point.
So now these henchman groups, normally you take henchmen in a group of 1 to 5. So Mike's going to get to choose, and this is going to be based on how they earn experience. So he could put 5 of them in one and 1 in the other. He could put 3 in 3, however you want to do it, but it means that as you earn experience, they earn it all as a group. So if they earn experience, all 3 of them get the upgrade.
Right.
And then if one dies, you only have to reclaim one guy into the group, basically, to get that experience point back.
Right.
So there it is. There is 500 gold crowns of orcs looting Mordheim for all of its weird stuff. Let's take a look at the humans. So here are my human Reiks. They're from Reikland, my Reiklanders. And there is a group of 3 heroes. There is my 2 young bloods, one with a halberd and a helmet, and one with a bow. I have 2 champions, one with a flail, and one with a 2-handed weapon and helmet. And then my captain, who has a pair of pistols and a sword. Is Hans Gruber right there. And then my 2 henchmen groups, I have a group of 2 swordsmen with daggers and swords, and a group of 3 marksmen with crossbows and daggers. The Reiklanders get a bonus to ballistic skill, so that's their sort of like attribute when you pick your different province that your gang comes from. They all get certain things, so if you're to get Middenheimers, who are like the Vikings, their champions all get +1 strength because they're big British Viking dudes. If you take Reikland, then the militia, or your marksmen rather, get +1 ballistic skill. And if you choose Marienburg, because they're rich, they get extra 100 gold pieces. So they just show up with more guys,
Yep.
which is pretty awesome. Because you have to augment the fact that in this game you're just sucky humans, and you're going to try and go fight some big mean orcs.
Always handy to
Exactly.
dead.
Bad things.
Yeah.
So there it is, 500 gold crowns of Reiklanders. It's a 4-foot table, and basically this is just a standard encounter. So it's an 8-inch deployment zone from the 4-foot edge of the table, and the game lasts until one side routs or voluntarily routs. If you take 25% casualties, your warband leader or the guy with the highest leadership you have left alive makes a leadership test. If you fail it, you just take off and leave the table. Now, the biggest difference you're going to probably find between normal fantasy of 8th edition and this uses 6th and 7th edition fantasy charges. So there's no 2d6 for your charge range. You just go double your movement. Your guys can all see 360 in this game, which is why you'll see my guys are on round bases. And that's because they don't care for line of sight, like line of sight's irrelevant. And to start the game for this one, we've diced off for deployment zones. He's chosen his. We actually dice. There is no attacker and defender in this one. We just dice for the first turn. Normally, the guy who has lower warband rating can choose who the attacker and defender is. It's irrelevant in this. We're just going to roll. And the reason we're playing skirmish is I get to choose the scenario this time around because of what we rolled, and I have a lower warband rating. Now, a warband rating is equal to the experience of all your guys plus the number of models you have times 5, and that basically determines like the threat level of your warband. Mike's right now is 115 because he has a ton of experience on his wizard and all of his heroes. Mine is only 76 because I have not that much experience on my guys. Even though we have close to the same number of models, he has one more than me. The experience level of how powerful these orcs are is going to put him at a higher warband rating. So the nice thing is because there's a difference of 2039, I might actually get some bonus experience for taking you on.
Right.
Because what happens is they balance out like smaller warbands taking on bigger warbands, but if they survive, they get to level up a little bit faster.
Right.
So we're going to roll right now to see who deploys first. And the point will be 8 inches under the table. I use my fancy gentleman's dice here because you don't need very many dice for this game. Woo. So we'll both roll dice and see who's first. I've got a 2. It's 4, so you can choose to deploy first or second. Now I am going to be choosing who the attacker and the defender is. I will choose to be the attacker and go first. So that might determine who's going to set up first.
So I can either choose to set up first or pick a side?
No, just if you set up first, you're picking your deployment zone.
Oh, okay, well, I'll set up first.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll set up your army, and then I'll set up mine. Right, so across the table, here's our deployment for a skirmish. We have 3 night goblins with bows, the 2 biggins, and the shaman, and then the biggin boss, the boss actually. No, that's the boss right there. Biggin and biggin over here. He's got the punch dagger.
Yep.
And then the dangerous fanatic, and the other 3 bowmen on the other flank. My guys are right across from them. We got some crossbows. Each of them is kind of hugging a pillar. I don't think I'm going to be able to shoot anybody first turn, so they're just going to kind of hide and take cover and not get shot back. My young blood out in flank here with the bow. He's going to try and probably move up to this house. And then 2 little combat groups. I have champion, young blood, and swordsman, and then my boss, champion, and swordsman as the hitters. So we're going to dice off for first turn and see who's going where. I got a 3 and a 2. I'm going to make you go first. All right, so first turn going to the greenies. So movement.
Now,
Mike was just having a momentary freak out because he forgot no pre-measuring in this
back
game.
to 60.
And we just played fantasy about like 2 hours ago where we were pre-measuring everything. So again, another difference because this is using an older version of the Warhammer rules. If you want to shoot something, you have to declare the shot before you know if it's in range, and if you fail, you fail. When you charge, you have to declare the charge before you know it's in range, and if you move in a straight line, you fail.
I can't check like. If I move this much distance, am I
Are you within 30? Nope.
Yeah,
Gotta eyeball it, man.
Can't check any of
Old school. Eyeball it all.
Which is what I like.
Well, we'll see if we like it in a couple turns.
No, I won't like it. Okay, so I'll go...
And again, these guys are super handy for this.
Yeah, true.
Because you can move 2 inches at a time. You gotta move around stuff, or 3 inches at a time, or whatever.
He can go through.
He can just go through it. Yeah, if it's less than an inch tall, you can just vault stuff in this game.
So we'll go 2...
Walk himself around.
2, so I'll just go here.
And he can march for 4 more if you want.
Oh, true. I never even thought of that. Okay, so let's go 2
and 2. So you're gonna peek out that window. What's cool is he could actually charge out that window too if someone gets.
Yeah, but he's not going to. So I'm gonna.
He's gonna just be out of line of sight. He's in crossbow range. But like, I was gonna say if that was a mind trick I was trying to pull,
so
then
this
you
would
would
count as cover though. Yeah,
you got it. Yeah, absolutely.
So 2, 4. I can move inside of a march.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just move this up to here.
Yeah,
probably
move freely.
For here, 2, 4. Yeah.
So a shaman.
Yeah, we'll keep him.
Hide behind a wall.
Yeah, we'll just bring him up.
So the orcs have made camp in a ruin, and I guess we've been sent to go try to find them.
Center him to here.
Awesome.
2.
And all my crossbows are move or fire, so I'm not going to be relocating to get line of sight. So if I don't have line of sight to you now, I won't during my turn. The goblin's trying to rush across the street to the shadow of this building, because obviously my stuff probably won't be able to see them.
6, 8. Should be.
The last one's just coming up ahead.
6. So I'll go 6
and 2.
8.
The goblin's taking the park.
There.
He's not activating his mushrooms just yet.
Yeah, not quite.
So once he takes the mushrooms, that's when he gets crazy. But right now he's just walking around protecting these guys from getting charged.
Let's go.
Now the orc book, the rules for the orcs, you won't find in the main Mordheim rulebook. They were an expansion later on that was in Town Crier, which was like the White Dwarf from Mordheim. It's called the Mob Rules. So if you guys are looking for the orc stuff, don't look for them in the main rulebook for Mordheim. Look for them in the later expansion stuff. Everybody's marched. This means there's no shooting, so it's going to be right over to me. We're going to make this easy. We're going to march my young blood up to here. And we're just going to move it on up, And then 2 more, put them on the other side of this. And basically much the same place for these guys, because they're all going the same distance. Same with them. I'm going to come forward, 2 more to there. And everybody else just moving inside that same bubble. I think this is 30. I don't, but I'm going to go hug this for some kind. In fact, these crossbows are going to do basically the same thing and move up behind the wall. And he's going to march around, and then 2 more just to put himself moving up towards. Turn 1 Empire over. Back over to the orcs and goblins.
Over there.
Okay, moving up 4, not marching.
4, yeah. And then I'm just going to march these guys up
in
behind here, yeah, which is much less than
8. Yeah.
Actually, move him here and him here.
Here comes the shaman.
Yep. So
he's gonna sing the Ooga Booga dance. Ooga Booga good. Ooga Booga great. I'm gonna wreck your Ooga Booga face. And 2 more.
Yeah, you can. I'll just bring him up in the middle, whatever.
Boss and Biggins. Just gonna hop the window.
Yep. So we'll go 6. I'm just gonna bring him. You know what?
He moves 1 inch over, then you can just move 7 inches out.
4, 6,
and then 8.
8
coming towards the shaman.
There. So right around here.
You need 2 extra inches of movement because you could have just gone left. There's like there's windows on both sides. He's like, why do I have to go at this window? It's the window I was looking at.
I'm used to moving in blocks.
I know.
Okay? Windows don't work for that.
I know. You're good.
Okay.
Charging forward 8.
7, 8.
6 and 2.
6, 7. Guys, we'll just
go 4.
Move them up here.
Oh, you're gonna march. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna march, and I'm gonna go. Oh,
2 more.
Shitesters, I didn't even see.
There's a crossbow right there. Yeah, it's true.
So,
they will shoot you eventually.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go here for now. Bring these guys up.
Okay. Come around the corner. Right, shooting phase.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot
this poor guy.
Yeah.
Can you see all of them, or just part of them?
Just I can see half of it.
Okay, so you're gonna be at cover and range. So that'll be hitting on a 6. Let's go 3.
I feel
Crank
like
it.
I feel like I should have a cigar in my hand.
Crank it! I know my fancy the gentleman's dice. They have a little wooden case and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's gonna miss. So now we go over to turn 2 Empire. Charges. We're just gonna go straight on to move. And who wants to move? I think everybody's kind of happy that's got a gun. It's within 16. It's good. It's fine.
It's close.
He's gonna move far up the corner of this thing. It's fine. These guys are gonna march up. And I'm just going to march up 6, I think. We're going to hold off getting in your charge range just yet, and hopefully make you come to us. So not marching, just moving. Well, they are marching, but they don't have guns, so they don't really care. I suppose they're all going to sit still and put some bolts into the other man. So we'll start with my young blood here. He's actually going to try to take a shot at your shaman. Moving in long range, he hits on a 7, because he's only plus skill 2.
But why not?
Nope. Might as well try. Yep. My other crossbow here, he is going to take a shot at...
You can see the shaman.
Yeah. So with the guys in the way, if I miss, I could accidentally hit my own guys. Crossbowman's not going to take a shot because I stupidly moved something in the way. But this crossbowman's going to try and hit that back goblin. So this guy back here is out of cover. We'll take a shot against him. Range, I'll hit on 4s because he's out of cover. And a miss. And then last but not least, this marksman... He's going to shoot this biggin back here because I can and because he's in the open. Again, it's definitely within 30, but not within 15. Yeah. So I'm going to try and hit on a 4, long range. Nope, I miss. That was it. Yeah, they get +1 ballistic skill because they're Reiklanders. They train with their ballistic skill weapons.
So lots of killing.
You got it. Well, not so far. I was going to say, it sounds good on paper, but it hasn't done anything yet. So now it's over to you. Hard choices now. I'm definitely not with an 8. He's not sure.
So his spell, Fooled Ya, is only for close combat. It's not for shooting against, right?
Nope. Oh, no. If you get it off, I can't shoot you that turn or charge you. Just charges. I can still shoot him with guns. Yeah.
So it's almost like it's just like right before the guy gets to you, he's like,
bam! He just night crawlers out.
He's very agile.
You got it. In a green puff of smoke. So walking some goblins.
So
anyway, wasn't completely sure the guy was in range.
So might as well.
Everybody else moving 4. You just move them up behind. Probably don't have to measure them.
2.
As long as they're roughly the same grouping.
4. Keep him there.
He looks pretty happy, yeah?
Yeah.
His friends could go join him.
This friend of ours is going to come over here. 6.
Yo, man.
Don't do it.
Yo, man. You got any stuff? I need some stuff, man. I need some stuff. I'm going to explode. Is it really itchy around here? Fucking fanatics. Joe Rogan. I don't know if you know about this movie, but I eat Mad Cat mushrooms.
He's gonna go. It really is. And this guy's just gonna go to. He's actually just gonna move.
Okay, just cut it to corner there so you can see stuff.
Yep. So he's right there.
Looks good.
And then
yeah, one more. It looks
this
like.
guy will join.
Straighten that out again.
He's just gonna go through. Just like that.
No, just gonna come over a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not.
Well, how good are your bows? How good do you think your bows are? Well, you can wait a turn.
Well, I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I want to make you think about charging.
I got it. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just inch forward a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
You can get up here. They're gonna do their New Zealand haka right now and just like do their like war dance. So he's gonna cast his spell right now on a 6+. I can't charge that.
Should I finish moving though?
Just do it now.
Okay.
I don't want to forget. It doesn't.
So I need a 6 on 2.
Cranked it.
Got
so
it.
I cannot charge this model.
And let's go.
The rest of the orcs.
2.
8's lots of room, I think.
Yeah, I know. I just wondering where I should go in relation to your behind here.
All right, and the last biggin.
Yeah. I'll just move up behind.
Movement's done. Let's shoot some bows.
Okay. Move. We'll go this guy without the move into here.
Okay.
We know that's 16. Yes.
Yep. So it's long range though, over 9 or sorry, over 8 rather. So you can hit on a 5. Hits him. Toughness 3, strength 3, so 4 is to wound. Oh, so close.
Same thing to here, but this
Who
is
did move?
on a 6.
This is a 6. Whoa! 4s. Nope. That's get a new dice. Get a new dice.
Amazing.
Fire that dice.
Yeah. To here.
Into my champion with the flail. Okay.
Yeah. So he moves up to a 6. Let's go this guy into the closest guy there.
Oh, into my young blood with the halberd.
Yeah, why not?
That's gonna miss.
And then we'll go.
His friends.
I'll put both these into that crossbow.
Okay, sounds good. So they both moved, not in cover, so that's going to be
6s.
6s. All right, so shooting, both sides not being super effective right now, but this is the turn where it gets interesting. I need to declare some charges.
It's bloody.
Man, there's nothing.
No overrun.
There is no overrun. No, there's nothing in me that makes me want to charge this big boss because he is so dangerous. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
What I'd rather do is gun him down with pistols.
Yeah. Right.
Which may be the thing that I end up doing.
Is he 6? Oh, I guess you can move and shoot.
Yeah.
Is it quick to fire? Like
there's no such thing in this game.
Yeah,
I still be minus 1. I think my captain is actually going to declare a charge onto your
onto my
your dude. So you can hold or flee.
I'm gonna hold.
Okay. So I'm definitely with an 8 all day. He's going to go over here. My swordsman is also going to charge into you.
Right.
He's also within 6. Lots of room. Do you have anyone else that I think can charge?
Now, does his spear bonus only go when he charges?
No, it's all the time.
So
you're going to go at the same time. So that's all my charges, I think. I don't think I have anybody else that really wants to charge. We're going to do some remaining moves. These guys are just going to back up, actually. Actually, this guy's going to head over to Goblin Town. Down to Goblin Town. Like so.
Come on down.
And so is he. Come on down to Goblin Town. I've heard the weather's wonderful.
Red weather.
I don't really want to get charged, so he's going to back up a little bit from your shaman. Oh no, actually he's not going to back up from your shaman. He's going to go and try and intercept charges later on because he's going to have to. So he's going to end up over here and intercept charges. I don't like that fanatic at all. Do I think he's in range? I just want to shoot him though. I don't want to have to charge him. No, he's going to walk over here too and get ready to intercept charges. So he's going to be over here. So my 2 guys just getting ready to protect the boss if something bad happens. My bowman's going to stay where he is. My crossbow's going to stay where he is. This crossbow's going to stay where he is. And so let's start shooting. Sharp shooting. My young blood. Gonna try and kill a fanatic.
Yeah.
We're doing this. Gonna hit on 5. Didn't move. I think he's within 12. Can you check the range for me?
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Am I in route?
Yeah, you got
In?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
So 5s.
Got
Whoa,
it.
cranks you. And then toughness 3. So 4s. Wounds you. Well, no, I got to see what happens now. So on a 1 or 2, in Mordheim, you don't just die as soon as you take a wound. You can be knocked down, stunned, or taken out of action. So you roll another dice after you take a wound. On a 1 or a 2, you're knocked down. On a 3-4, you're stunned. And on a 5-6, you're out of action. Now, I believe I may have done a critical hit here. Let me just check the roster.
Yeah.
I'll roll again on a chart here. And on a 1 or a 2, I'm going to hit a vital part, and I get 2 wounds. On a 3-4, it's doubled to 2 wounds and it ignores armor saves. And on a 5-6, it's doubled to 2 wounds, ignores armor saves, and I get +2 to the injury roll. So let's see what I get.
Real good or really, really good.
That's right. I only get a 1 or 2, so I'm going to make 2 rolls in the injury table now to see what happens. But they're just straight rolls. If you had any armor, you get to make your armor saves.
So you combine them or
no, just
take
apply
the
both results.
Oh,
apply
okay,
both results.
Okay.
So 1 or 2, you're stunned. 3-4, you're knocked down. 5-6, you are out of action. That's a 5-6. That's going to knock him out of action.
Yeah. So
And he's taken. Right. And I will mark on my opponent. I've taken, my chart here for my young blood with a bow that I have killed someone to give me experience point. Okay, so that's pretty good. So now we're gonna.
This is actually a good amount of points in him.
Good amount of points for sure. We're gonna take him and try and shoot this big one up here with the shield. With the fountain partially in the way, I'm only gonna get 5 on a 6. Sorry, 5-6 because I'm -2 range and cover to hit him with a crossbow. Okay, well this is going pretty well. I'm going to retire this dice because I'm starting to feel bad about it. And I'm going to wound you on a 4+. That's right. That's now Mike's dice.
What?
On a 4, you'll get wounded. I wound you.
Of course.
Not a critical though. So on a 1 or 2, you're knocked down. 3-4, you're stunned. 5-6, you're out of action. So you're just stunned. So you lay him face down and he'll turn over at the start of your turn. So this guy is going to take a shot into this guy right here. And I believe I'm in short range. Can you just check 15 for you? Hit on a 3. And that'll hit him. It's strength 4 against toughness 3, so on a 3 it's going to wound. Nope, that's the last one. He's going to go into the same guy. He's going to be in long range, so he's going to hit on a 4. Alright, so there's the shooting phase. Let's do some combat. So now you have a spear, which is going to give one of your attacks first strike. And I charge with both my guys, giving them first strike as well. So why don't you do yours first?
Okay.
So you get 1 attack. Who do you want to attack? You can attack. They're both weapon skill 4. But there's a swordsman and a captain there. They're both equally easy to wound and kill.
Yeah, so captain, obviously.
Obviously, okay.
Yeah.
So you'll hit him on a 4+. You don't. Weapon's gonna make his 2 attacks. Now, what's cool in this is weapons have different abilities. So because he has a sword, he can try and parry my attacks. So whatever my highest dice roll is here, I need 4s to hit, which means a 6 you can never parry because it's my highest dice roll and you can't roll higher than a 6.
Yep.
But whatever my highest dice roll is, he can try and roll one of his dice, and if he rolls higher than it, then he will just completely negate that attack. So I need 4s here, so you do have a chance to parry. You have to roll a 6 to do it, and both my pistol attacks hit. So if
I can parry only one.
Only one. You got it. So 1 dice and a 6. Nope, it doesn't negate it, but you can hit twice with pistols. So strength 4, and I can only use my pistols once in each combat. So they're gone now after this. I'll wound you on 4s. I get 1 wound, and it's a critical. So let's see what kind of critical it is. It's going to be a 5/6, so it's +2 and no armor save. So I basically on a 4+ here, you get taken out of action. Or 3+ here. No!
Oh, thank goodness.
So that's going to be a 3, so you're just stunned, which means you're turned over. And then I got a dagger attack and a sword attack. Now you're not stunned.
I'm stunned or knocked down?
You're stunned. You're face down.
Yeah.
But the stun deploy is only applied at the end of all of this.
Oh,
and
okay.
he's still up right now while I'm attacking him.
Okay. But he doesn't get his second attack.
He will. Yeah.
Oh, he will.
Because it's
Okay.
all simultaneous. Oh no, he won't actually strike because it's not. Because it's not strike first.
Yeah.
It's not simultaneous.
Yeah.
And you've used your parry for the round. So my swordsman gets a 4 to hit and misses, and his dagger with a 4 to hit, it hits. Needs a 5 to wound. Down, stunned. And now I can only step on the neck of a stunned model if I'm no longer engaged by anybody else. So your biggins can come to the rescue of this guy, and so can your shaman. And then I'll rescue him.
Charge over him?
You sure can. So with the close combat's over, we just remembered, we actually have to be shooting the closest target here.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some leadership tests, because I believe this guy, he already shot the closest target, because that was... Oh, sorry, I can ignore models in cover for models in the open. So I can ignore these guys to shoot the fanatic. He could ignore him because he was completely blocked, so that would be the next closest guy actually. So he wouldn't have needed a check.
Couldn't see
and they didn't do anything, and those are the closest models in the open anyway. So even though I forgot to say that I was doing it, I'm pretty sure I still followed the rules instinctively or something, and it still happened right. But we will need to remember that there needs to be the closest unengaged or out of cover model, and we should just go save the war boss.
Big on to the captain.
Start of the turn, he turns over.
Right.
So he's automatically going to be knocked over now.
But his neck is exposed. So what do we just put him here?
Yep, you got it.
Does that work? And then
there's no standing and shooting Mordheim either, so I'm too busy reloading my pistols. Are they going to walk over and try and shoot this guy?
I think they.
The only way they
got it.
Here's the thing: is you're rolled over now, so I don't automatically take you out. I just hit you. No, I just hit you automatically.
Right.
So I could keep stunning you and turning you over. I think you're better off still trying to hack this guy, or at least just knock him down so that you can stand up next turn.
To here.
So we're there. Yep. So now I'm out of cover, and I'm the closest unengaged model.
Here.
Lots of room. Yeah, out of cover, closest unengaged model. I would just move him backwards even. He'll be in long range probably, but you'll be able to... Actually, no, you get 8. I think you'll still be able to get within... between those guys. Oh yeah, you're good. You're fine. Lots of room. To the rescue. The most thankless job ever. Last night they were kicking you in a bag. Now they're, gonna go rescue you. Try and kill my young blood.
And I'll now does he count as
he's turned over now.
For
Sorry, he was stunned. He's actually turns over.
But now would he count as
no, doesn't mark on sight.
So I'm just gonna keep him there,
You're
and I
downed.
might as well. Because I'm just gonna shoot him at that, so I'm not gonna move him.
Oh, what's the shaman gonna do? He's still an Orc, man. He's still a better fighter than I am.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. These are just both regular guys.
He's a champion. Well, they're both weapon skill 4. He has a flail, so he's strength 5 in the first round of combat only. But you have a sword, so you can potentially parry his 1 attack, and then that guy's got a sword, but he's only strength 3. I was just explaining how intercept works. If he does decide he wants to charge him, I'm just going to step in the way.
Yeah.
So it's better off to charge my guy anyway. And you'll go first, which means that you'll probably just kill me before I attack. Shoot some guns!
Yeah.
So you're probably not wanting to bamf out of combat right now, because you've just engaged in combat.
So we'll get these two out of the way.
Sounds good.
So both them into there. That's
Okay,
long
in the open, yep.
so
Long range
fives.
in the open, so 5s. Nope.
To here.
Into the swordsman, okay, because you can ignore the engaged model. He's now the closest.
Yeah, so that'll be 5. Come on, give me one. What I'll do is I'll shoot with him first.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll shoot with him.
He's certainly closer than this guy with the double-handed weapon is, so I don't think you have to make a test.
Yeah.
Or better, because he moved. Nope. Second one.
I'll just do the other two. Yeah, we'll go one at a time.
Nope. Third one. Goblin Bowman.
It's Goblin Bowman.
Uh-oh.
That's what they are.
Maybe not recruiting some orc boys in the mob next time. We shall see. Sounds good.
We'll start here. Big gun.
Big gun, so you
Striking
charge, so you're
first.
striking first with both your weapons now.
He's only got one. He's got a shield.
Oh, that's right, he's got a shield.
and
Cool. So your spear hitting on a 4, because we're both weapons go 4.
Yep.
Cranks it, strength 4, so 3s to wound. Fight back, my pistol's reloaded because it's the first round of a new combat, so I'm going to hit you on 4s with 2 attacks. Both hits, wounding on 4s, strength 4, nothing at all. Combat continues. So this fight over here with the shaman, you charge, you have a sword and an axe, so you have to roll those separately.
Yeah, so I'll roll sword first.
Okay, 4s to hit. That'll hit. Strength 3, I think, so 4s to wound.
Yep.
Hit wounds. All right, just see what kind of wound it is. I have no armor. So on a 1 to 2, I'm knocked down. So I'm not stunned yet. Now, that happens at the end again, so resolve your second attack, which is the axe.
The axe is...
4s to hit as well. Knock back because I am knocked down. Now, last combat, we have the boss getting stomped on. Now I'm going to hit automatically, so I just have to roll to see what my wounds are. My dagger, though, gives you +1 armor save. Daggers are terrible.
Yeah,
they give you an armor save, basically. So I'm going to do the sword first. I need a 5 to wound. I get a wound, and let's see what kind of wound it is. You are stunned, so you're face down again. The dagger does not. Right, so my turn. Nobody's taken any out of actions or enough out of actions yet for a route test, so we're going to have to declare some charges. I'm going to say... So
Can I...
Yep.
Could I have, even though I'm in close combat, but now that he's knocked down...
You walk away now.
Can I cast my
disengage.
spell on me?
You could during your next turn, right? Because you cast your spells during the shooting phase. So,
But I cast my spell on the last turn?
yeah, but you knocked me down in the close combat phase, which happened afterwards. So
Right.
there's no doing it now.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
During
could I
my
have-
turn, during a turn where I've engaged you, you could have cast your spell,
Right.
but you charged me already, so there's no point in
Yeah.
casting a spell when
Yeah.
you'd already charged in. We are going to charge first off with my champion into this bowman. So I'm definitely with an 8. He's going to go beat on this guy. Then my young blood is going to charge, and he's going to charge into this fella right here. And I can vault the corner of this because it's less than my height. I think that's going to be all my charges. Unless I want to charge over here. He'll just intercept me if I try and charge this guy. I could go charge the biggin. I could go charge the shaman. I think I'm going to try and rescue the boss because he doesn't have his pistols anymore, so he's actually going to charge this biggin over here. Stand up for free, but he strikes I think he strikes last right now because of my stand. Everybody else is going to stay where they are and shoot some guns. Right. So my bowman, he's going to take a shot into your biggin because I'm going to try and finish him off while he lies on the ground. Yep. I'm in long range now though, so I hit on a 6. Miss. This crossbow, same target, the biggin on the hill. He's still in cover though because he's still half obscured. So I'm hit on a 4, 5 actually because of range. Nope, that'll hit. 4s to wound. Wounds. What kind of wound? 4, you're stunned, you're just face down again. Oh, don't have a lot of targets here. He can't really see anything. I probably should have moved him because I've engaged everybody and I have a guy in the way. So I'm going to actually just shoot that last goblin with this marksman over here. Long range, so it's going to hit on a 4. Let's go 4. This is close combat. I'm kind of going to think I want to do this one first. My sword and stuff's in the neck of your boss and puts him out of action. Yeah. But I don't earn any experience for it, you just go into action. We will do my champion over here first. Your goblin actually goes before me because I have a 2-handed weapon, which makes me always strike last.
So he's just got a sword.
Dagger or sword? You bought swords? No way.
I gave him all swords.
What? Those are
Actually-
spendy goblins.
Actually, I gave them a sword and dagger.
No, well, daggers are free. So yeah, you have 2 attacks.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
I do get 2 attacks. One of them was with a sword. Yeah,
Cool.
so the 6 regular goblins have swords and daggers.
That almost like doubles their point cost. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Think of how many more goblins you could have if they just had daggers.
Well, it gives them the parry too,
That's
so
true.
it's worth it.
So the first one, 4s?
Yeah.
Sorry, what's your weapons called?
3.
3, so you have 4s?
No, 2.
Still 4s, doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Missed, and the dagger? Nope. Strength 5 for my Zvihanda. It's going to hit on a 3. Miss. He's going. Now my young blood gets to fight. He has a halberd, which is just 1 attack.
Is that...
And he does not go last with it though. It's just +1 strength.
Right.
So he's weapon skill 2 as well, so he's going to hit you on a 4. Hits you. Strength 4, wounds you on a 3. That'll do it.
Nice.
And what kind of wound is it? It is a stun, so you're face down. Okay, so I'm going to strike last here, but we'll do it first. So you go ahead and try and hit me with the shaman.
So we'll go with his
Sword
sword
next.
first.
Sword first. Forced hit. Missed. Axe.
Axe.
Hits.
Got it.
What kind of wound? Forced wound. does not wound. All right, so I got my flails no longer in the first round of combat, so I'm only strength 3. Hit you on a 3. Missed. Fighting against the boss. I'm initiative 4 with my captain. What's your initiative?
3, I believe. It's a big gun. Yeah, 3.
All right, so I'm switching over to my sword and dagger now because my pistols are spent. So my sword hits on a 4. Misses. My dagger hits on a 4. Nope, misses too.
Actually.
I forgot your spear actually was before me. Yeah, so you can try and stab me. Hits. Strength 4, so 3's to wound. Nope. My sword's been charged, so he gets to go at the same time. And hits. Wounds on 5. Does not wound. Dagger. Misses. So, yeah, nothing happens over there. Recovery phase, guys will turn over and stand up. So he gets to turn over. This guy gets to stand up completely.
Yeah.
So this guy's going to crawl just so that he's completely between the fountain.
Yeah. Just going to move him right there.
This goblin's charged into my champion.
This is a champ,
Two-handed
right?
sword guy, you got it.
Yeah. So we'll go there.
Strike the numbers. All right, movement's done. Let's do some shooting. Who's shooting first?
Let's go with these 3 guys.
Okay, so wait,
they don't have any.
Didn't move first.
Yeah, so 2 guys didn't. They don't have any other targets. So I'm just gonna roll them together.
Yeah, he's closest. Go for it. And they're not heroes.
They're
so
5s, right?
Doesn't matter.
5s here.
5's hit. You got it. Cover. 1 hits. 4's to wound. Nope. 6 to hit against him because he moved. Yeah. And long range. It's the combats.
Should work our way across here. So we'll
Sounds
go
good.
shaman first.
All right. I am no longer striking last. I'm actually initiative 3 now. What's your initiative?
Same.
Okay, so we got the same time.
So.
Do yours. That's fine.
So we'll go sword first.
4s. Hits. 4s. Critical.
Nice.
What kind of critical? I like this dice. It's just 2 wounds, so 2 rolls on the table to see if I'm taking an action. 5, 6 on one of those. Dead. So mark an experience point for your shame. You just killed my champion. So now, which one we'll do? I guess we'll do the big one against my captain and the swordsman.
Yeah. So
you get strike first because you got a strike first spear.
So I go against the captain.
Sounds good. 4s.
But it doesn't matter.
The swordsman, he'll hit you on a 4. Nope. On his dagger, 4. Hits you with the dagger. Does it wound? 5, 6? No, it does not.
It's an early looking 5.
I know. It's all out of whack. The gentleman's dice are handmade, you can tell. So now we've got my captain trying to hit him. My captain's got a sword on a 4. It hits. On a 5, 6, he'll wound. No, not at all. And then the dagger. So the problem is if I get stuck in combat with him, it misses.
Yeah.
He's only strength 3, so he's not doing a lot of damage against biggins. You're gang up first, or you want to do the one against my poor young blood?
Let's go gang first.
Okay, so you get 1 attack, or 2 attacks. You do them at the same time.
So they actually have 4 attacks.
Oh, wow.
You get, yeah.
No, I'm saying you do your 4 attacks.
Yeah, I'm going first. So I'll do the 2 swords first.
Sounds good, because I go last anyway.
Right, so I'm hitting on what, 4?
Mm-hmm. Both hit.
Both hit.
4's to wound. Whoa, critical.
There
and
we
wounds.
go.
What's the critical? 2 wounds, so just roll 3 dice now. And 5, 6, I'm out of action. No, I'm stunned though, so I'm laying down.
Mega stuff.
Keep going with the daggers though. You get 2 more daggers.
True. So I get 2
You might kill me.
Right. So 4s.
1.
1.
4's to wound. Critical. Uh-oh. So no armor save, so the dagger bonus armor save is nothing and 2 dice.
2 dice.
So 2 dice again, 5, 6, I'm dead. I'm out.
There we go.
You goblins just totally killed my guy with 2-handed weapon. Angry goblins all day. What's the initiative on a goblin? Is it 3?
3, I believe.
Okay, so we're going at the same time then.
Everybody's 3.
So my young blood, I'll just roll from now. 4's to hit. He hits. 3's to wound with his halberd. That's going to wound with a 5. And does it take it action? Nope, but you're knocked down and stunned. Okay. So go at the same time now. So hit me with your sword.
Sword first.
4's. Nope.
Nothing,
Dagger. Nope. So I'm making an example of that guy.
Yeah.
But he's just stunned. Okay, well that was bad. I lost 2 dudes. If I'd lost 1 more, that would be a route test, and I might have gone off the table. So what are we gonna do now? Well. I think we need to make some examples of people. And that's gonna be through charging. So we'll start off with, he's just happily gonna step on that guy's neck at some point. Do we wanna charge somebody else? So I think my charges are going to be, I kind of just want to shoot this shaman. But I also kind of don't want to just shoot this shaman, so I'm going to charge him. I'm going to charge the shaman with this swordsman.
Okay.
He's going to go in there.
I can't intercept anyway.
Nope, I didn't think so. He is kind of hosed, so he's just going to move, because he can't see anything to shoot this turn. It's not a goblin that he doesn't care about. So he's going to move up to this corner, so he can just see whatever he can possibly see. These guys have beads on goblins. They're happy where they are. So let's shoot some bows and arrows. We're going to start with him shooting the downed guy again. He's going to need a 6 to get outside long range. That's in 2. This guy's going to shoot the first goblin that's as in the open as possible. We're going to hit him. Is it within 15? I think it is.
Yeah.
3s. Okay, so it's going to hit with a 4 then. And then 3s to wound. No wound. The other one, same goblin, long range now. So it's going to be on 4s. Hits, 3s to wound.
Got it.
Wounds. Do I take him out of action? 2. No, he's just knocked down. He's knocked down. Melee. Well, let's do the easy one first. So my Youngblood is going to knock him out of action just by clubbing him while he's on the ground because he's stunned. Oh, I guess we'll do the Shaman next. I charge, so I'm going to get strike first. You don't have a spear, so hitting on a 3, because you're only weapon skill 3, right?
Yeah, with the Shaman, yeah.
Okay, so 3s, sword, missed, dagger, hits, 5s to wound. Wounds! Okay, you get +1 to your armor save though, so armor save on a 6.
6.
Oh, really? Catches it in his, like, bone. Pocket sand. Pocket sand. All right, you get to go again. So you get back at me. Sword and axe.
Sword first.
Sure. Nope. 4s to hit. And hits the other one. 4s to wound. So 3. Okay. So last melee. Over here you have a spear, so you go first. You're going to try and stab my captain?
Yeah, captain again.
Hits him. Wounds on 3. Wounds him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 1 or 2 knocked down. 4, I'm stunned. Thank goodness that swordsman there.
Yeah.
So stuns me before I even get to fight.
Bad news.
So the swordsman now fighting you. He's gonna hit on a 4 with his sword. Hits you. 5s to wound. Nope. Nobody does this to my captain. 4s with his dagger. Hits you. 5s. Wounds
There
you.
you go.
Make your dagger save. Make your dagger save.
I got a shield as well.
Oh, that's right. So you get a 5, 6
6.
then. Yeah.
No.
No. Oh, dagger in the face. 5+. Bam!
There you go.
He's out. But again, it wasn't the hero, so I earned nothing. All right, so I think that might be 1, 2, how many are you at now?
That's 4.
3,
Yeah, so
4?
that's 4. Yep.
That's going to be a route test. So who is the highest leadership model on your side of the board?
Probably the Shamans. They're all the same 7.
7?
You took my
All right, route testing the Shaman. Pace! The Orcs retreat, and that will end our first game of Mordheim. Thanks for playing, buddy. Yeah. So we're gonna join you have you guys join us right now for the post game sequence. This is my favorite thing about the game, is the game's actually not over yet. Our guys are going to level up, earn experience, get injured, survive, have heroic adventures. We're going to show you that all right at the end of the game. My surviving warbands is the 3 crossbowmen, the 2 swordsmen are all fine, and 2 of my 3 or 5 heroes are out of action. So I have to roll to see who is alive and who is dead. Now, the post-game sequence is my favorite part of the game, and that's because we get to see all the crazy shit that happened in between Game 1 and Game 2. The first thing you have to do is roll for your injuries. Now, if any of the jobbers, like the henchmen guys, get taken out of action, on a 1 or a 2, they're just dead. So you roll a d6, 1 or 2, they're dead, 3+, they're fine, they go right back into the warband. Here's it's a little bit different. There's a big, serious injury table, and you roll the first dice as a 10, and the second dice is a numeral. So if your first dice is a 1, chances are you're probably dead. If your first dice is a 2 to 3, something shitty's happened to you in this column. Like you've got like blinded in one eye, your chest is smashed, your leg is smashed. On a 4 to 5, you're fine, full recovery, you just go back in the warbands. And on a 6, weird, interesting things tend to happen. So let's roll for first my 2-handed weapon guy. What's his name? I named him. That is Lapzig. Lapzig gets a 4, so he's fine no matter what I roll here. Yeah, it's a 2. He's at full recovery, which means he just goes back into the warband, and he's fine. And then my next one, my flail guy, who is Duta. Duta is going to 6. Uh-oh, something interesting's happened to him. And then 2, 62. Hardened. The warrior survives and becomes immune to the horrors of Mordheim. From now on, he's immune to fear. So he's immune to the fear ability. He doesn't cause fear, but he's immune to fear. Because he just watched the Ooga Booga man here cave his head in. And he's like, no matter what happens, Mr. T just tried to kill me. My injury table. So now let's roll for your guys who are out of action. So who do we have out of action on the Orc side? We had 2 henchmen and 2 heroes. So the henchmen are simple. Roll a dice. On a 1 or a 2, they're dead. On a 3+, they're fine.
Okay, so Madcap.
He's expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's dead.
Of course.
Okay, so that guy's
Only
dead.
to be expected.
And the bowman?
Yeah, Bowman.
He's fine, so he just goes back into the pool, basically. Now, we have to do the 1s and the numerals for your guys. So starting with your champion, I guess?
Okay,
begin?
sure, yeah.
That's the big one.
Okay,
the big
yeah,
one,
let's do the big one.
So don't roll a 1. 6, oh, something interesting's gone on, and 161 is captured. Uh-oh, the warrior. Well, that gives us our next mission, at least. You can automatically choose to play either the rescue mission, which is I guess what we'll do for our next game,
Okay.
or you can basically let me sell him into slavery.
Which benefits me how?
Which is not at all. So I guess we're just gonna play rescue. So I've captured this guy, and he goes into, but nothing else bad happens to him.
Right. So he's not dead.
He's not dead. That's right. So he may be ransomed at a price set by the captor in exchange for the warband is being held captive. Can be sold for price, and to make kill, possess warband, capture to exchange. Oh, sorry, no, there is no capture mission in this game. It was a Necromunda thing. So yeah, basically I can ransom him back to you after I see how much money you make. So right now I have him.
Right.
So put him in my warband,
there,
and we'll see what we do with him. So now your leader, this is the important one. Don't roll a 1. He's fine. 5, no matter what else you roll, unless you roll a 6, in which case you gain hatred, which is pretty cool. Nope, so you're full recovered, you're back in normal. We gain experience. Now experience is real simple, and it's usually 1 for surviving the game, 1 for being the leader that wins the game, and then 1 for each guy you kill if you're a hero. So skirmish, it's, +1 for surviving, +1 for winning, for the leader, and then +1 for each enemy taken into action. So I've already marked the out of actions for my 2 Youngbloods, because they're the only guys that actually killed anybody.
I did the same for the shaman.
Okay, so I'm just going to go down the table, and we're going to figure out who's advanced. All right, so now we get to do experience. So earning experience, basically, from each sort of like filled in square here is a new level. I didn't get any experience on my captain here, and 2, 1 for surviving and 1 for winning the game. I got 1 for each of my champions just for surviving, and my 2 Youngbloods actually got to kill each and survive, so they both get to level up. You can see here the power scale. You get more levels earlier on, so the weaker your starting hero is, the more levels he earns early, and then it starts to plateau. So it goes every 3 experience, then it's every 4 experience, and so on. So I make some rolls. So for Uter, my halberd guy, he gets to roll on a table and see what his advance is. So it's 2d6 on the table, and then we get to see what he learns. What always happens to me is I get my guys get like the most useless shit. It's like I get guys with halberds that earn like ballistic skill. It's like the worst thing ever. So 4, that's gonna be a new skill. All of your guys have skills trees they can choose from, so I'm going to look at mine and see what I want to choose. My new skill, because he has a halberd, I'm going to take Step Aside. What Step Aside is, it's a combat skill, and he can take combat, shooting, or agility skills, because he's a Youngblood and a Reikland Warband. It gives him a 5+ invulnerable save against close combat attacks. Shooting guy also got an upgrade. Let's see what he rolls. He rolls a 5 as well, so another new skill, so we're going to get a shooting skill. Bowman, even though he's only ballistic skill 2, he's going to ignore cover, which in this game is huge, because so much stuff is usually in cover. It means that moving, he's always hitting on a 6, basically. My experience, let's see what you learned with your shaman. Was it leveled up? 6 for you, and we'll look at your skill tables. It's going to be a pirate. That's 2, so it's a new skill. So opting for a new spell, he's going to roll on the spell table again, and not try and lower the difficulty of the spell he already has. So D6, and you re-roll the one that you have. 3, that's going to be zap. So you shoot me with a
That's the one
12-inch range, D3 strength 4 hits. That's pretty awesome. So with all of our experience in, we now get to go shopping and try and find some weird. Now we get to go shopping. So what happens is you try and explore. So you're going to roll D6 for each of your heroes. And the total result tells us how many weirdstone bits we find. So now I'm going to go exploring. Now what's cool is when I roll doubles, triples, quadruples, whatever, I find cool stuff on the exploration chart. So we're going to have a little adventure here and see what I find as I go exploring for weirdstone. I get double 1s and double 5s, and I can take whichever one of the 2 I want. And my total is going to be 2, 4, 8, plus 10 is 18, which looking at the table gets me 4 chunks of weirdstone. There's 2 options here. I can do a shop or an overturned cart. I'm going to find the overturned cart. That's going to be D6 on the table to see what I find. On a 1 or 2, I find a Mordheim map, which lets me help explore. I can find a purse with 26 gold crowns in it. I can find a jeweled sword and dagger that can be sold at twice the value normally. I find a jeweled sword and dagger. So basically, they're a jeweled sword and a jeweled dagger, and I can sell them for twice their normal value. So if a sword's 10, I'd sell them for 20. If a dagger's 2, I could sell it for 4. So now rolling for you, you've got 4 heroes. Let's see what you get for income and how much stuff you find. So you get double nothing, so nothing in the exploration chart, and your total is going to be 12. 12, you find 3 chunks of weirdstone. So now we have to go sell our weirdstone. We don't have to sell it all right away, and sometimes it's better not to, but in the beginning there's no penalty to, like, you don't need to not sell it all because you're just going to get more coins. So I have 4 weirdstone chunks, and my warband is 10 to 12 guys. That means I'm going to get 65 crowns when I sell it. If I save one, it's only 5 less crowns. So I think I might actually just save one for later and just get 60 instead.
As I contemplate.
So Mike's contemplating now because he's realized he's going to go shopping. He wants to hire more goblins, but he's also going to offer me a ransom for this guy. Now, if I sell him into slavery, I get D6 times 5 crowns automatically. So I'm averaging about 15 to 20 crowns. So he wants to make the offer sweet enough that he knows I'll take it and not risk rolling the dice and rolling a 1. Otherwise, he's going to lose his like 75 gold crown guy. Now this is where this kind of a campaign, you want to be playing this with your friends, not with strangers.
So I'll...
Because this could turn into a friendship ender right here. Like, it can be
I
bad.
was going to offer you way more than that. So.
You're going to give me 20?
Yeah, I'll give you 20.
I'm being a nice guy. I'll take 20. It's a 4+ for you to get 20 anyway, so I'll not risk it and just take 20 extra crowns.
Cool.
So he goes back into your warband, and that's going to be 20 crowns off your bottom line. All right, so opting not to get kind of two options here. He could sell all these bows and upgrade all these guys to have spears and shields, because he was seeing what the bonus of having like a buddy with first strike hanging out with everybody was. But instead he's going to keep his shooting power and recruit one new goblin with a spear and shield that will hang out with somebody. So it's a new combat group, and that's that. So we've now gone shopping. I bought some, I used the one jeweled sword I found on this guy, and then went and bought 2 more swords, and I banked 40 crowns, and that's the only upgrades I've done to mine. So that is game. So our 2 warbands, basically still at starting strength, some new skills, spells, and stuff going around, but that was game 1 of Mordheim. All right, so there you go, guys. That was 500 gold crowns, first game of Mordheim. What'd you think?
It was great.
Yeah?
Very similar to Regiments Renowned, just with the extra knockdown and stun stuff.
Yeah, and the cool campaign stuff too is a little more expanded than the Regiments Renowned one.
Yep.
I really like Mordheim, mostly because I think it lets me get some mileage out of my miniatures that I might not play with in a while, or if I wanted to paint a box set of something that I don't want to do a whole army for, I can just get up and go. It's also a great like evening beer and pretzels game with your buddies that don't game that often, because it doesn't take like 20 hours to play.
Right.
Like you can throw out a game and like you learn to play.
You don't have 4 hours if you don't know the rules that well of Warhammer.
Yeah, we were 90 minutes playing this whole thing, and you were learning to play as you went. Right?
Yeah.
So our next game will probably take like 45 minutes, including all the post-game stuff.
Yeah.
And we can link together games. So what'll probably happen is Mike and I will just keep playing games with the same warbands. We'll keep our warband sheets, and every time he comes to visit, we'll just throw down some Mordheim.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is pretty exciting. I got a lot of other people in the area interested in Mordheim too. So what I think I'm going to do is like a living league for Mordheim. Anyone who wants to challenge me to a Mordheim game, you can come fight the Reichswatch or fight my other warband, which is going to be the Carnival of Chaos, and check them out too. And we will just continue sort of like doing linked games. Now, Mike and I are going to play one more game, which you will see next week, because we're going to link our games together, and that's really going to show you how warbands progress. And then we might not do Mordheim for a while, but I think the power of this is you do a couple games and you show people how to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Another Throwback Thursday, another great game, which is Mordheim. We'll see you for more Throwback Thursdays, unearthing stuff from the vaults and giving it a try. And until then, have a good game.